No, like when we're starting kind of like, I can tell Jamie after we went out her slides and we put to get the time to her, and she's going to put the directly with her.
So she'll directly.
Yes, I'll just give the mic to her and she'll go. No, that's okay. Alright, should we take selfie? But then I feel like it loses the impact. Let's take it.
Welcome, everyone, to the MIT Informatics Tournament. My name is Alex Fan, and I am the president of MIT Squared.
And I am Diane, the art director of MIT Squared, and it is an honor for us to commence the MIT Informatics Tournament Winter Contest 2025.
Standing here today, I still can't believe I am here with all of you. Just 8 months ago, we were at a conference table, debating whether Domino's or Costco pizza would be a better option. Look at us now, with a full-blown tournament with all of you here today, and actual lunch options.
I mean, let's not forget all those countless late-night debates we had about what to do at activities night. Whatever happened to Bouncy Castle?
We do not talk about the Bouncy Castle. Jokes aside, real effort has gone into making this an event that will be meaningful for all of you. And it's not just us. Us organizers have been working day and night for the past 8 months. Logistics team have sent thousands of emails, personally congratulating and inviting each and every one of you today. And the software team has been running dozens of experiments, even as we speak, to make the judge ever a bit more consistent, ever a bit more stable. We've truly poured our heart into this event.
It's been an incredible journey, so organizers, please stand up and be recognized. And let's give it up a round of applause to Logistics Team, Art Committee, Software Committee, and Problems Committee.
But the real spotlight today is on you. For some of you, this will be your first ever competitive programming experience. For others, your years of experience might exceed the age of others. But don't let that intimidate you. Today, it's about growth. Today, it's about learning. Today, it's about community.
Look around you. You're sitting in a room filled with brilliant minds and a shared passion for computing. So today, it is just as much as it is about competition as it is about collaboration. So please take this opportunity to compete, collaborate, and most importantly, have fun.
And that really is the mission of the MIT Informatics Tournament. We are a group of undergraduate students who strive to build a community of competitive programmers anchored here at MIT. For some of you, you will be meeting friends you've known for years online but have never met in person. And for others, you might be making friends that might just last a lifetime. For me, I met my best friend even to this day at a competitive programming event just like this.
Now, a little bit history about our contest. Our actual first event actually happened one day short, just a bit of a year ago, on January 20th. Looking back, we definitely came a long way. The problems back then might have been a tad too hard, and the classrooms definitely could have been closer to each other. However, you all came through and supported us anyways. Then came the Spring Invitational Contest. In the spring, we invited 20 of the world's top-rated coders to fly in and join us to compete and share their coding experiences. Now, 1 year later, I'm standing here with a room with all of y'all. Today, over 2,000 contestants, both in person and online, spanning 71 countries will be here. Some of you even flew all across the globe from France and China to join us. It's been a whirlwind with growth, filled with trial and error. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the support and energy from this community.
Exactly. And none of these could have been possible without our amazing sponsors. And we are so grateful for their continued support for the competitive programming community. So let's please give it up to our sponsors, non-trivial, Jane Street, Citadel, HRT, GSA Capital, 0x Park, and last but certainly not least, Jump Trading, who is kind enough to join us today in person and take the stage. So let's please give it up to our speakers, Arnav and Robert.
Good morning, everybody. We're really excited to be here. We were at last year's competitions and they were awesome, so thank you to the Alexes and the rest of the organizers for putting this on. I'm going to talk briefly about what we do at Jump. Some of you might know what we do, some of you might have no idea. That's okay, we'll also be around at lunch to talk more. So, Jump story so far, actually, we're a very technical place, that's why we're here. We have lots of competitive programs on the team, but when we started back 25 years ago, all trading happened in person. So no algorithmic strategies, just people in a room packed together, yelling across the room, jumping up and down to get trades in. Very different world than the world we live in now where things are very algorithmic. So when the trading world made the shift from in-person trading pits to electronic matching engines, that's where Jump got its start. And very early on, the tech innovation of the day was headsets. So one person would be looking at a electronic trading screen, one person would be in person, and Jump's founders were walkie-talking to each other. That was the low latency way to exchange information back in the 90s. You can see this early Jump office, wires running overhead, and when trading went fully electronic, click trading was still the first way that they traded. So still not using algorithms, but starting to become more and more electronic. And then as the 2000s really got going, Jump found its edge in high-frequency trading. So that's one of the reasons we're here today is because we care a lot about making things go fast. We care about writing high-performance C++, and we think this is a good room to be in for that. So high frequency futures was really our first edge here, but we expanded all over the world and getting edge by basically trading really fast. So if something happens on the exchange, process that information, make a decision. It requires software to be fast. It also requires networking to be really fast. So we have microwave towers all over the world. They're running fiber optic cables between cities, under oceans, all these things that really matter. Even the lengths of the cables in the data centers are important to optimize this whole thing. As we grew, we expanded not just into trading fast, but also trading smart. So building out more of a machine learning capability. And I'm sure many of you in this room are thinking about what you want to do. And competitive programming is one thing, writing software is one thing, but also might be interested in the research side, the statistical side, and Jump's a great place for that as well. We built out our own high-performance computing grid to support all this, so lots of resources there and lots of room to come to Jump and figure out what is most interesting to you. So where are we now? High level, we do a lot of things. We trade in a lot of ways. Some of our trades, like I mentioned, we get edge through that speed advantage. Others, it's because we're making a better, more predictive model. We have offices all over the world. So Chicago is where we were founded, but also have offices in New York, in London, in Singapore, in Shanghai, in Hong Kong, in Amsterdam. We're about 1,500 people at this point globally. And it kind of feels like anything liquid and electronic, even some things that aren't so liquid, we will trade. And that means, high frequency, medium frequency, low frequency. And if these words don't mean anything to you, no worries. We can happy to chat more during lunch and whatnot. Lots of really interesting tech stuff. We're all building our own custom hardware. We are thinking about the networking stuff. We have our own high performance computing grid. So all these things that are just super interesting and make for a really fun technical and research experience, and also just like very hard problems and really great people to solve them. So on that note of really great people to solve them, one of the things you're probably wondering is like, hey, I like competitive programming. Will I find my people at Jump? We've hired lots and lots of competitive programmers. They've done awesome. Lots of folks who have done IOI, lots of folks who have gotten medals at IOI, whether USICO Platinum, USICO Training Camp, and then ICPC World Finalists. And we're also proud to have 2 ICPC World Finals winners on our team. So, if you want to find people, who also enjoy competitive programming, Jump's a great place to do that. And then on the competitive math side, some of you might be interested in that world as well. Lots of folks on our team who have done that. So I'm going to turn it over to Arnav now, who software engineer at Jump. He can introduce himself, but he's in this competitive programming world and share a bit about his experience.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Hey, everyone. My name's Arnav. Nice to meet you. Like Rob said, I'm a software engineer here at Jump. I've been here for about 5 years. Before that, I spent a lot of time sitting in auditoriums just like this, listening to sponsor speeches. If you've done any ICPC contests in the last 5 years, I've helped out with probably 50 of them. And being a sponsor is the least stressful role I can imagine. So I'm very grateful to be on this side. Be sure to thank your organizers after the contest. So why Jump? Why are we here? Well, like Rob mentioned, we are a trading company. A lot of high-frequency trading is about spotting patterns in data. And the useless but true answer is we've noticed a pattern. Competitive programmers do very well at Jump. They tend to come there, they tend to enjoy their time there. But at a deeper level, why is that the case? I think there's a couple of key reasons. The first is, think about what happens when you look at a competitive programming problem. You read the problem, you come up with an idea of how to solve it. Maybe you write a brute force algorithm to sanity check your ideas. Maybe you test on the samples. You guys do test on the samples, right? That's my one tip for today. Make sure you test on the samples. And it's actually a fairly similar process to research. The difference is, instead of 100,000 integers on a single line, you're dealing with nanosecond level tick data from financial markets all over the world. But the competitive programming doesn't stop there. It's not enough to just look at a problem and say, I know how to solve it. The judges aren't reading proofs that you write down by hand. They're automatically evaluating your code. And there, your implementation matters a lot. It's one thing to know what a sparse table is. It's another thing to know if you flip the order of the dimensions, you can get a 4x speed up for free just because you have better cache locality. And I think that blend of theory and practice is what makes competitive programming so appealing to jump. And then finally, I'll add that whatever part of the competitive programming experience you enjoy most certainly exists at Jump. If your favorite thing is writing really high-performance libraries once, so you don't have to do it again in all of the online contests, we have people who do that. If your favorite part is finding new patterns, doing that, like being on the cutting edge of research, we have people for that. If you just like being on a team with smart people, we definitely have people for that. So now I would like to get to know you better, but this does not seem like the appropriate venue for that. So come chat with me and Rob outside afterwards. Thank you.
Nope, that's all. Thank you guys. We'll have this. We'll be at lunch and we'll have this up again. But feel free to scan it now. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Arnav and Rob, for such an incredible speech on applications of competitive programming in Jump. Let's give another round of applause. All right, now we're moving on to the logistics part. We've already completed the first two items on the schedule above. Right after this opening ceremony, volunteers will kindly show you to your respective classrooms. If you are competing in the advanced division, you will head straight into battle for our round 1 of competition. If you're going to be in the beginners division, we have prepared an enrichment workshop for you with more details to come very soon. After the morning rounds, you will get to take a break, have lunch, discuss with your friends, and talk to our sponsors before going back into your classroom for round 2 at 1:30 p.m. Well, our competition officially ends at 4 p.m., but after that, you can always join us for the social activities we prepare for you. And this will also be our protest period. This means that if you find an error or you think something went wrong during the contest, you can bring it up to us. And finally, last but certainly not least, at 5 p.m., we will all gather back to attend the awards and closing ceremony to celebrate y'all's myriad success.
And now onto the actual contest rules. To ensure everyone here has a fair and enjoyable experience, we've divided our contest into 2 divisions. For those who are currently in UC Gold Division or below, or equivalently whose rating is 1900 or below on Codeforce, we encourage you to join the Beginner Division. And if otherwise, we encourage you to go to our Advanced Division. If you're unsure which division you should go to, do not worry. You can always ask us on Discord. You can make a ticket in our clarification channels, or ask one of our volunteers later. And for the beginner division candidates, you will head to 32123 to do a workshop on input and output, ad hoc lectures, and many practice problems. Our organizers have been working really hard to make this a really enriching experience for all of you, so we're really excited.
Now, the part where everyone's looking forward to, prizes. We will be awarding winners in 7 divisions. For on-site candidates, top 3 teams in both beginner and advanced divisions will receive reward. For our high schoolers, the top 3 beginner teams and top advanced teams will be recognized. For our online participants, the top 3 advanced teams who are joining remotely will also receive surprises. And in honor of the MIT IT course that we actually been teaching and put together, with the course number 6.SO88, Algorithms Problem Solving, we'll be thanking the students who have been attending those courses by rewarding the beginner and advanced top 1 people from that class. If you want more information about that course, please ping us in Discord or read more of our details. It is a course that trains you, no matter what level you are, to be a better competitive programmer. And finally, if you were here for activities like last night and want something, we've also got a mystery prize for you. So, no matter where you are and what division you're in, there's plenty of opportunities to win prizes and have fun.
And in terms of the actual ranking, your score will always be first sorted by the sum of points across all problems. If there is a tie, we'll use the tiebreaker rule for the sum of penalties. Penalty is calculated as the sum of submission time that last increased your score for each problem. So if you submitted a problem and you got like 50 points, but you submitted another submission at like 10 minutes later, but it's still 50 points, the second submission will not count towards your penalty. And also, we do not have wrong answer submission penalties. So you can submit as much as you want and take risks. However, there is an overall limit of 2 submissions per problem and per minute, and also 20 submission per problem in total. So try not to oversubmit.
We are also super flexible about resources. You can always talk to your teammates and collaborate. And all internet resources posted before the contest is allowed. However, please take a note that any AI-assisted tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini are prohibited.
All right, before we actually dive into our first round, our team has suggested that we take a selfie with everyone here. So, Diane, would you do the honor?
Yes, everyone please look up, and I'll take a bunch, and I'll check before we move on.
Make some silly poses, make it fun. We'll take another one.
You all look amazing.
Beautiful. But yes, so for one of our contestants who are still currently looking for teammates, please come down to the downstage area here after the speech.
So, without further ado, welcome to the Winter Contest of MIT Informatics Tournament 2025. Good luck, happy coding, and let's make some memories.
发展。
Everyone please follow the allocations on the screen.